Hello and welcome to Spring Commander Forge Alliance, holding up the middle finger to all of other RTSs since 1997. Of course, we're here in U1200, where Alex and Gnomebringer continue their rivalry. Of course, they were in U1200 on week 10, where they played in round 1. I believe there Alex won. I think they actually had some other games since then as well, but here they get to play in round 1, which is going to be the only round. This will be a best 3, and the winner gets to play Crazy Nath, who is of course defeated Don Facili to get the week 11 championship. But the winner of this will play Crazy Nath. Both players go in first land, and very nice to see Aeon versus Cybern matchup on this map. One of my favorite maps. I think last week we made the mistake of putting Therma on. I think that kind of made things less fun. But I'm going back. We're just going to pick whatever maps we think are the best. We won't worry about repeating maps. We'll play whatever is fun, and definitely still looking for people to give feedback on which maps they'd like to see. But if you tell us to play Thermo again, we probably will not agree. So one thing that noticing here, it looks like players are neglecting the reclaim. You don't want to neglect this reclaim because it really makes your initial build orders very powerful. Also, sending an early engineer to the Hydra probably not the best thing to do. And that's one thing about this map, is that typical build orders are not the optimal build orders. And here it looks like a couple of kills for this Mantis or Gnomebringer. Gnomebringer playing good defense. It looks like this flare here got in the back. It's got a spirit, so we got a flare versus hunter. And here micro becomes critical, but looks like the hunter just came in and took care of things with 2 kills. Actually, I haven't seen any engineers die yet. There have been a couple skirmishes here and there. Not much more than that. Looks like the Hydra here. I'm really against Hydro, early engineer and Hydro with only a single engineer. If you're going to go out for the Hydra, you got to go with 2 NGs, because it just takes such a long time to build it. It's more efficient in terms of mass and then power production, but it's much less efficient in terms of time than the speed gens. And on a map like Crag Dunes, where you have so much early mass, there's really the advantage that the Hydra gives you is really minimal. You don't want to pick it up at some point, but it's not that critical. So it looks like third air from Gnomebringer. We always see bombers from second air of Alex. Actually, this is fourth air. So what an excellent bomb there from Alex. That was very nice. So that's going to give him a pretty big advantage. It's a lot of build capacity. 156 mass taken out in one swoop. And it looks like a lot of flak is being produced now by Gnomebringer, all 3 factories. Which is going to pretty much make this a no-fly zone. But it looks like this bomber might get one more run in. One more bomb. That's another 4 kills. Total 7 kills for that first bomber from Alex. So definitely paying off. With that second air strategy, he should be a little bit outnumbered in terms of land, but that might actually not work anymore because so much flak has been produced by Gnomebringer. Of course, cyber flak can be made to shoot at ground, but it is quite weak. Alex and Gnomebringer are now going to meet each other, and I'm very disappointed in this game. I think both players neglecting reclaim. I think actually a little more reclaim for Gnomebringer. And players probably know that reclaim is my favorite thing in this game. And I just can't see mass sitting there without people trying to get it and turn it into something useful. Flag doing a good job for Gnomebringer. Now the 2 ACUs going at it. Really no clear winner here on the other side, though. It looks like Alex might get an advantage with the Auroras. Auroras really have an advantage in these open spots, but they are at a disadvantage around these corners, where the Mante with a quicker speed and higher fire rate can get a pretty good advantage. So like in a position like this, you can get your Manta hide behind the hills to dodge the shots, but the Auroras will get you at a long distance. Here, so we got an upgrade here from Alex. Gnomebringer just hanging out, no upgrades. And early on, these are great Auroras here. 6 kills between these Auroras. Taking out the Hydra, it's going to take some work. And the bombers from Alex non-stop. This is really good. Once you start bombing, there's no reason to stop, although now it looks like Nomringer is going to get air control, which will prevent that bombing. Also, point defense here for Nomringer, trying to cover that side, but map control firmly in Alex's favor now. Nomringer is now going to retreat. Well, once Alex looks like the gun, once he gets the gun, he's going to really put a lot of pressure on Nomringer. Nomringer needs to do something. He's got still a lot of reclaim that he can break out, and this right here is so much mass early on. If Alex reclaimed all this mass and with the map advantage that he had, he would be absolutely in control of this game. At this point, I think minute 8, probably a couple more factories will be really nice, but he doesn't have that. He didn't invest in the gun, and he's moving in now. These Auroras still alive. 9 kills between those two Auroras, absolutely deadly. Nomringer continues to retreat. Here's this fire rate upgrade for Alex, and Nomringer is in a lot of trouble now. He's absolutely outgunned. Bombers continue to do damage. And some Manta actually sneak in the back here. This is nice. Good work from Manta. This is how Cyber needs to play. They're quicker, and if they're given opportunity, need to get around. Alex, though, not really sure if he has the double gun. He definitely has the fire rate. I don't know if he has the range. Doesn't really want to get himself in too much trouble. He does have some units in support. These are still alive. 10 kills now. The Manta in the back here take out the Hydra, but looks like we're cleaned up finally by Alex. And now Alex might find himself in a bit of trouble, but still the fire rate is going to save him 15 kills. Nomringer only at 13. More kills for Alex. A lot of reclaim here. Somebody needs to pick that up. And we can see all these engineers here reclaiming random things, while there's huge amount of reclaim still back at the base for Alex. Alex also building up some units here on the other side, and over the past 3-4 minutes, no new factories produced for Alex, which is very disappointing. As you get more map control, more mass, you gotta really expand in terms of build capacity. Also, rebuilding that Hydra is a priority, and probably way too much power now for Alex. Alex 35 kills, a little low on health, but an absolutely deadly ACU. There's so much build capacity. These can go like Tech 2 air, Tech 2 land. We'll get at any factory to Tech 2 very quickly. I think that's what Alex needs to do. And now Jester's for Nomringer. 2 kills in the Jester. Jester, excellent choice against Auroras. 44 kills, and Alex, actually Nomringer going very low on health, under 1,000 now. Point defense being constructed. Nomringer 500 health. He's probably going to die here. Minute 12. I think if Alex kept shooting him, he would have got it by the point defense. Alex has to be very careful. Nice overcharge takes out the point defense. Alex now 53 kills. Nomringer 700 health back at his base. We actually see some Tech 2 mass contractors for Nomringer. Disappointing in this position. Actually, Jester is now going to take Alex down to 3,000 health if he goes underneath 2,500. Nice. Oh, that was very critical. Veterancy there. That was maybe about 2,500 extra health. 70 kills. Nomringer continues to run away. Alex under fire from... I think Alex, if he would have just chilled out, there was no reason for him to run in like this. And looks like he's going to give the draw to Nomringer. Although those Jesters were very nice, but I think he could have survived it. He had so much build capacity to make some flag, retreat to flag, and then finish Nomringer off. But the first game ends in a draw, so hopefully people enjoy this one. Hello and welcome to the second game between Nomringer and Alex. Of course, first one ended in a draw, so this rivalry continues to get better. Alex going first land Aeon, and Nomringer going first land Cybern. So definitely advantage for Aeon on this one. Although Cyberns are also quite nice because they're so quick. One of the best maps in the history, just like the previous. And I'm really looking forward to this one. Then I'm going to try to play around with views. Maybe do something along these lines. I think maybe easier to see. Early Hunter looks like first Hunter from Nomringer, so quite aggressive. Also an engineer. See when Alex is going to make Scout third, so it should be able to find the Hunter. Of course, the most obvious place to attack for the Hunter, well, maybe not. Oh, this is a flare. So it looks like we're going to see an early light assault bot fight. See Scouts going out in either direction for Alex. Should be able to spot this early light assault bot. And oh yeah, there it is. But it looks like the micro, superior micro from Nombringer gets him 2 kills. I'm definitely going to slow us down. It looks like a flare on the other side, but definitely one of the best things to attack on this map. Of course, is this engineer picking up all this mess. It looks like that's exactly where Alex is going. Nombringer, on the other hand, decided not to attack, and actually Alex here chasing a light assault bot. That's a very good light assault bot when it causes the enemy ACU to run. And let's see if this light assault bot can do something to these NGs. Well, it's just attacking the Hydra. On the other side, though, we got the flare for Alex. Oh, and the engineer wins that battle, reclaims it. So far, Nombringer are absolutely dominating the early rating stage of this game. It looks like second air from Alex. Did get that Hydra. And third air from Nombringer, first 2 land. Nombringer moving out through the top, or Alex moving out through the bottom. This is completely opposite of the standard play. Usually the bottom ACU goes to the right, while the top goes to the left. This is completely reversed, so we're not going to see the ACUs face each other right away. Alex also neglecting this early reclaim, which is absolutely crazy. That's one big difference between him and Nombringer here, and that's one of the reasons you see this huge disparity in terms of scores. That also has to do with the early light assault bots, of course. Now we're going to see the Manti versus Aurora, something we'll see for a long time in this game. And the Mantis, 2 versus 1, gets no kills. We'll see a slow stream of Manti going to the top choke point, the ACU. Just going to run past that choke point. And Alex, the only ACU on the bottom, really the only unit on the bottom. We've seen a point defense for Nombringer. And good radar here. And now Scout and Bombers coming out for Nombringer. We also see Bombers for Alex. Very nice to see both of these players really favoring early air. Looks like got a couple more land factories, a single engineer, and a power spam. And once again, Mantis versus Auroras. Auroras continue to retreat. The Manti continue to die, although the Manti now got really close. Of course, once the Manti get close, it's over. One Mantis is alive. Another Aura is going to come in and finish that. Bombers in the air. Looks like this bomber, no kills, is going to get cleaned up pretty quick. Plenty of interceptors for 1 kill for this bomber, though. Not really sure where he killed. Must have been an engineer or something. Totally missed that. And ACU for Alex getting a land factory at the bottom choke point, while Nombringer decided to go to the middle. He's going to deny radar. One thing that's really good about having early air, of course, is that you can see where everything's happening. So you don't play blind, and this is a good choice from Nombringer denying that radar. Seen quite a few battles here with singular units. Now the ACU for Nombringer is going to go ahead and take position to this area, while Alex is actually going to retreat. So when you choose to retreat like this on Fins, you are going to be at a disadvantage in terms of map control. Nombringer completely has his whole half occupied. He's got plenty of power. He's got power storage. He's working on 4 factories. Actually, one of them is already Tech 2. A very quick Tech 2 from Nombringer. Nombringer absolutely dominant here. Alex is just climbing this really tall wall. One of the reasons still hasn't picked up his reclaim. Of course, Nombringer might get himself in trouble. We see Alex here building up his forces. It's a total of 5 land factories. And the Tech 2 is going to take its time getting there. And if Nombringer can be caught here with the ACU far away from water, you might actually get a victory here. But now Nombringer probably realizing he's kind of in the middle of nowhere. Nope, he's going to go for a point defense. This is the time to punish him if you're Alex. Of course, Alex does not have air to see this situation, but if he punishes, he needs to go in right now. He's not moving in with the Auroras. He absolutely needs to destroy that point defense before it's constructed. He's going to do that. See a couple of Manti coming in, and this is where Alex getting an upgrade. Probably their own choice. A couple of Manti here on the bottom for Nombringer are going to deny that factory. And some hoplites going through the bottom. Nombringer is not going to make his way toward the ocean, and I think an opportunity for Alex has been lost. Alex could have completely won this. Even in spite of Nombringer's complete economic domination. Now the Aurora is finally targeting the ACU, but with the support troops, nobody's going to turn around and go ahead and take this victory. Alex still probably has the gun. And now Tech 2 land here on the bottom is just going to run everything over. Bombers going after factories, which is very surprising. And now Alex with the gun is going to clean up with this Mantis Force, Numberinger. No upgrades, probably is going to make his way to the ocean. There is absolutely no torpedo capability for anybody, so water is very safe. Very nice anti-air turret here for Alex. In the middle. Numberinger losing health, but has a clear path to the water. Also some Tech 2 engineer getting Tech 2 point defense in the top choke point, while on the bottom we got these hoplites. There was some Manti, nothing that can be done against those. Now gestures as well, so Numberinger bringing Tech 1 air domination, Tech 2 land. Alex, all he's got is the gun, but of course he can't be everywhere on the map. Actually, looks like these hoplites might die here, which is only the fault of the power storage was taken out, but there's still another one. And now Jesters together with Manti dominating Numberinger and Alex in the water. Alex getting yet another upgrade. This Jester is going to die. Where is he going? Very disappointing those hoplites died against some Auroras. With Micro, they could have completely devastated things. And once again, now Alex Micros against the Manti, tries to keep distance. There's going to be a lot of reclaim in this position if he can grab it. We're not seeing any Tech 2 mass extractors, just a Tech 2 factory, Tech 2 engineers, some wingers. Be nice to see more build capacity. Once you get Tech 2, it's nice to switch one of these factories to just an engineer spam with an attack move right next to this land factory. It's a lot of engineers. These could be sent back, and then you just switch your production completely to Tech 2 land. But this game looks very much won by Numberinger now. Complete domination. If I was him, I'd probably take this ACU out of that danger. And one thing that he doesn't know whether or not there is a Navy, and if a Navy comes, he could be in a lot of trouble. Although now on land, this is going to be total domination. Tech 2 point defense creep together with multiple hoplites. Alex makes that out of the water. He's going to try to kill this Tech 2 point defense. And he might actually pull that off, but the hoplites, but a couple good overcharges could actually make things very interesting. That was a good one. But one right there would be even better. And so far the gun's paying off, but no more cheating, trying to cheat death there. Wasn't able to do it, but really it was this game was won a long time ago by Numberinger, and the fact that the rocks are still here on Fins, this is really a suicide not to get those. So we have a 1 victory for Numberinger and a draw, so going to game 3. Hello and welcome to Blasted Rock, this 3rd game between Alex and Numberinger. If Numberinger has won the last one. If it's a draw or Numberinger wins, we have the challenger for this week was going to be Numberinger. But if Alex wins this one, then we're going to have game 4. Of course, this is U1200. And we have Crazy Nath, who is the champion. And we're going to have a best of 5 between Crazy Nath and the winner of this series. Looks like, once again, Aeon versus Cybern. And I gotta say that the last game was pretty dominant by Numberinger. I think it was really the lack of knowledge of the map for Alex that got him. But let's see how well he knows Blasted Rocks, one of the most popular maps. Looks like he's going after the rocks, at least he knows about that. Not clear what his second factory is going to be. The second factory for Numberinger is going to be land, so it looks like a total of 6 PGens to land. And a very early hunter once again for Numberinger. He really likes that early hunter. And he does have pretty good micro on it, as we saw in the previous game. And very similar build once again for Alex. He's got first 2 engineers and his Spirit together with the Flare, multiple scouts. And that really worked out quite well for him last time. He did spot the hunter, but wasn't able to win the fight just because of the micro. Let's see if he learned his lesson this time. 2 light assault bumping chests, and this time the Flare wins. So far, very similar builds, but a victory for Alex, which came down to the micro. Mantis for Gnomeringer. Scout go very deep into enemy territory, trying to spot this engineer. He's going to spot it. Probably he's going to spot the Mantis as well. On the other side, we got another flare and might attack this unprotected engineer. And a very early wall here for Alex. It'd be nice to reclaim that the rock first and get a mass extractor, then put a wall. Otherwise, you might put a wall and never get into that low cul-de-sac. Looks like Flare here is standing by for defense. Flares are terrible at defense because they can't really defend. Auroras are the good defensive. Such a weak health. Their strength is their speed, not really their face-to-face combat. First to land for Gnomebringer. And now he's going to move his ACU out. He's got quite a bit of power, and he's actually got just power. 7 P-gens with 2 land factories, a complete overkill. He's also getting some Hydros. And now it looks like this Mantis, 2 kills. Couple dead units and another wall. So Alex really liking these walls, and yeah, now he's going to reclaim it just to get back in. Good defense from this Aurora and this Flare, though. The 2 ACUs are going to meet each other on the bottom. And so far, this Mantis here has been absolutely deadly. 4 kills. Such a huge nuisance for Alex. And now we're seeing air. Second air, it seems like for Alex, he's got a bomber. Bomber very hard to do on this map. Because this anti-air turret, so you really got to keep track of where your air flies, and you don't want to fly over the middle. Looks like yeah, Alex knows not to do that. This bomber would be nice to catch that engineer. Looks like Gnomebringer taking over the top with a couple of Manta. And this engineer shuts the door after it. Needs to come in and get that mass and a mass extractor. Another land factory for Alex with the ACU. And one thing I've noticed about Alex, in that first game, he has an issue with taking an engineer halfway through the game and getting more land factories. He's got huge power span, which is unnecessary. Take these and switch them to land factories, because the amount of resources you use to make these PJs is the same as resources you use to make factories. Now we got the Manta moving in. Denying engineers. This is just a lack of units here for Alex. He's got so many interceptors for absolutely no reason, because, well, there is an air factory, but much later. And now these Manta are going to devastate. Alex needs ideas, and he's running back with his ACU. He's going to kill those Manta, but he lost so many units. And still, his power spam is absolutely absurd. Things not really going well for Alex, I gotta say. And now we got a couple of Auroras moving out. They need to just go in and start killing. Also a little disappointing from Gnomeringer. He's been the only player up on top, and he still doesn't have an engineer. Him at 7, grabbing his free mass. He's got a big group of engineers moving there now. More land factories for Alex. And Alex actually thinking about Tech 2 Air, which he can definitely afford in terms of power. And that's a very interesting move. Another wave of Manti looking into go to Alex's base. So Alex here with a very low land build. A little Gnomeringer here perhaps making a little bit of a mistake. Using these Manti to go after the ACU, you could say, or running by the ACU. Although they're going to actually help here. Alex is going to prevent any more PGens from being constructed. Alex with 8 kills on the ACU. Most of them defensive, and it looks like Gnomeringer now with the gun. The Auroras need to avoid him. And finally up on top, Gnomeringer is going to grab that free mass and total map control now for Gnomeringer. But of course, now that you got Tech 2 Air, it looks like straight to Tech 2 gunships. And there's a nice Air Force here up in the corner. Alex still has, but also some air from Gnomeringer. Gnomeringer no Tech 2 yet, which means these gunships are going to be very deadly. Gnomeringer 6 kills with the gun, just running everything over. Alex also thinking about an upgrade. More build capacity on the air factory, which is nice. See what this gunship can do. Gnomeringer is going to kill off this factory, so 2 land factories and 1 air factory for Alex. That's all he's got, which is very difficult to play like that. See a total of 4 land factories and an air factory and gestures now for Gnome. So both players thinking about air, and this is nice from Alex. He's hiding his gunships. More gunships. So he's definitely want to be tricky with it. He continues to kill off raiding Manta, and Gnomebringer actually getting an upgrade inside of Alex's base. This is like, yeah. And Alex actually has the gun on his ACU as well. Gnomebringer going low in health. And here come the gunships. There's 2 of them. Should be a couple more. Gunships for Gnomebringer as well. And now an interceptor fight. Alex now forcing Gnomebringer to retreat. Some Tech 1 air attempts. Tech 1 into air from Gnomebringer. Gnomebringer now under fire from 3 gunships, which means he's going to be losing health very quickly here. And this is pretty ridiculous. I think this is a lesson for Gnomebringer that if you don't scout, even if you dominate the game, you're going to pay the price. So Alex, and under very crazy circumstances, gets the victory. We're going to have game 4. Well, that was a pretty ridiculous game. Hopefully people... Hello and welcome to Crag Dunes. This is game 4. We had 1 victory each and a draw. And of course the draw was on Crag Dunes. Looks like Gnomebringer and Alex decided to just replay the same 3 maps, which is a good choice. Alex going first land with Aeon. Actually same position, Gnomebringer was in the bottom. And I actually think Alex had the game won if he was just a little more patient. Gnomebringer was in quite a bit of trouble in that last game. Alex neglected Reclaim. And actually he's been neglecting Reclaim. That was the reason he lost to Finns as well. I think if he would have got that Reclaim Aeon versus Siren between these 2 players, very evenly matched, I think he would have won the Finns. But of course, he won Blasted Rock under circumstances where he had no business in winning. It was really Gnomebringer's fault for not scouting. But excellent play there for Alex at the end to pull that out. But now, it's basically just like restarting. But whoever wins this game is going to play Crazy Nath in the final. But I really enjoy this week's World Wide People's Championship so much more. These maps are so much more fun to watch. So in the comment section, please leave which maps you would like to see. Maybe we can have a vote with thumbs up on which map you guys like to see. Of course, I reserve the right to completely ignore that. Looks like second air from Alex, still neglecting the Reclaim, and a single engineer to the Hydra, which 2 things that are disappointing. Because you can see these players, I think one great thing about U1200, it's pretty decent players, but they have a couple things that they don't do correctly, which if they fix, they right away become much better. Because it's really the players who are in the 1700, 1800 range, they're average players who have learned the game. They don't really make a silly mistake like not reclaiming your early mass or sending a very early engineer as a single engineer to the Hydra. Just some basic things. Looks like 3 land and 1 air for Gnomebringer. A lot of pigeons. Gnomebringer here, he definitely knows the value of Reclaim on both Finns and Crag Dunes both times. So as I was ranting there, did I miss something? I must have missed a couple of ratings, but it doesn't look like too many engineers have died here. Scout, Spirit, of course, 1 damage per shot. An engineer is going to come in, put it out of its misery, and continue working. But an Aurora is here. It's going to follow up. It's going to try to kill that NG. Mantis is coming in for defense with a scout. Aurora kills the scout. Oh, and the engineer just barely survives. Good teamwork. So Gnomebringer doing good things. Here comes air from Alex. Looks like both players going very early. Our 3rd air for Gnomebringer. Alex every single game. 2nd air with early bombers. That is really nice to see. That's one thing he's definitely got down. Early aggression with air when you're playing Aeon is a very good thing to do. Because you don't want to neglect air when you're Aeon. It's one way to lose 2 versus 1. The Mantis is going to die. The victory up on top, and now here comes the bomber. Actually, in that first game, that was an excellent bomb. If you remember, in that first Crag Dunes, the first bomber from Alex got 7 kills. Absolutely devastating. Looks like he's attacking the factory there, which is probably not good. It's gonna almost kill the Mantis coming out of the factory. land spam, 2 engineers on land spam from Alex. This is nice to see. This is an improvement in his build. And, if he's actually mass stalling here, that'll be very unfortunate. He might actually be power stalling a little bit. I think he's stalling everything because he's trying to get that early upgrade. That's a good move. You want an early gun upgrade is a very nice move, but it is a dangerous move because you're really off balance. You're going to be very powerful where your ACU is, very weak elsewhere. And just like with everything else, scouting becomes very critical. Interceptors for Alex now, and he's sending Auroras to the top, trying to save his base while his ACU is running toward Nomringer. Nomringer, no upgrades, so Alex's ACU, a much better ACU. It's a very nice scout here, interceptor. Oh, that's going to fly away. Aurora's playing defense, getting some kills, and a power gen spam. Probably not necessary anymore given that the upgrade on the ACU has been completed. Alex now just running everything over. Nomringer full retreat. Point defense is being put up. And looks like a single engineer for power spam for Nomringer as well as Alex. So it might be a difficult place to defend. But looks like the Auroras did a good job, and now they're going to go on an assault. Alex is getting the second upgrade. That's why I was spamming power. But a huge mass deficit. This right here, dead Ilsha was so much mass, and that was about 300 mass just sitting there. Big land spam now for Nomringer. Total of 7 land, going for 8th. Of course, these point defenses try to prevent the ACU from running his base over. Of course, now this ACU is going to have the gun range upgrade, which means he can outrange those point defenses, and if he does have power storage, which I don't think he has yet, but he definitely has plenty of power for it, he can just walk through those point defenses, a couple of OCs. An air fight that Nomringer wins, and in terms of map control, very even. Perhaps an assault here for Nomringer, and if he spots that engineer making P-gens, and there is no covering Auroras, this could be very bad for Alex. Is kind of leaving himself very vulnerable there. Meanwhile, Alex moving in. He's going to take out the point defenses, use his range. Nomringer getting an upgrade of his own. And now the Auroras are going to come in, cut off the choke point, but this could be the mistake. And actually, these raiding and Manti for Nomringer are doing a very good job on both choke points. You get the Auroras just chasing. Meanwhile, Alex, not really sure if Nomringer got a gun upgrade, but he definitely has numbers. He's got no upgrades. He's just chasing Alex, who's got the double gun. But Nomringer has unit numbers. He's hoping he has enough Manti to be able to kill Alex here, which could be a dangerous move. We also see a whole bunch of Auroras in support. This could have been a mistake from Nomringer, but perhaps he was forced into it, losing those point defenses. Appears that Alex was able to save his P-gens. Now Alex, 27 kills, getting chased. Nomringer continues to pursue. About the same health on both ACUs, around 3,000. And now they're going to start shooting each other. Alex does the right things. He's going to continue to kill off the Manti. Veterancy very valuable. Alex under 2,000. Nomringer a little over, but of course much more damage per second for Alex. And this is going to be another draw, so we're going to have game 5. So both times in Craig Dunes, these two players played to a draw. So game 5, hopefully people enjoy it. Hello and welcome to game 5 between Alex and Nomringer. And surprisingly, this is not Finns, this is Theta, which is awesome as well. I guess the players decided to not make it boring and play the same maps. Definitely a great choice. Nomringer once again Cybern first land against Alex, who's Aeon first land, and of course Aeon on this map. Pretty big advantage against most factions, although Cybern with their quickness can definitely match them, but still an advantage to Aeon on this one. Although, because of the Cybern quickness, they can really get on top of you. Had that happen to me before. And once again, Nomringer. So what thing we've seen with these players, they definitely have their favorite builds. Let's see if we see 2 engineers, and then we're going to see a scout, a flare, and a scout. Let's see, this hunter looks like just running up the middle, straight directly to the Hydra. There are a couple early engineers going to the Hydra. And a scout, yep, that's exactly what we see. The scout is going to spot this hunter. Early expanding engineers. It looks like now a scout comes out 5th. This hunter, once again, has been spotted. And the micro war this time. That was a nice micro there from Alex, completely dominated. It's always an advantage when you're playing with the radar. And both flares now for Alex are going to be on the edges looking for engineers to kill. An expanding engineer to the middle is going to try to get this free mass. Also an engineer getting mass detectors on the bottom. Scout through the top. So early on, Alex looks much better shape. Very early radar for Nomringer, although I guess you can afford it with the Hydra. Let's see if this Engie can survive. Nope. Oh, this is hero flare there from Alex. If he can come back and kill that Engie as well, it'd just be awesome. Instead, it looks like it's just going to go to the bottom. Another flare scout force might run into the ACU. And it looks like we're going to see third air from Nomringer. It appears third air from Alex as well. Alex had a lot of build capacity into his factories, which is nice to see. Although his ACU is still at the base now, he's going to leave. Meanwhile, the ACU for Nomringer are already in the field gating mass extractors. Very aggressive engineer also from Alex. Is he going to build a wall? He's going to build a wall before, but we do see that he's going to make sure that it doesn't get locked out. I always like to get the mass extractors first and then build a wall. It looks like this Mantis is now going to move through the top, a couple flares in the middle. And this engineer actually been excellent for Nomringer. Nomringer, once again, this is the theme, gets much more reclaim early on. This is definitely the place with the most reclaim on this map. Well, these couple patches also have quite a bit. And now we see Manti running in. 2 ACUs just going to meet each other, start shooting. There's no reason to get this reclaim because there's actually no mass in these civilians. And early interceptors and a bomber. So both players using the air, also some flak. So far the Aurora is playing good defense. While this engineer needs to get those mass extractors, get the early mass. Alex going pretty low on health. Really no danger whatsoever here. All those engineers dying, it's a big loss for Alex. Meanwhile, this engineer, probably the best unit so far in this game. Probably about 1,000 mass that he got. Mantis on the right side, denying quite a few mass extractors. And also Bomber for Alex, gets 2 kills, excellent, but defended well by Nomringer. Now Nomringer is going to push against Alex. Alex, once again, loves his guns. He's going to try to get a gun. And when you know a player likes to get early gun, you got to hit him early on with superior numbers. But it doesn't look like there are superior numbers. This is a good Aurora force. These Manti might not survive this. Actually, it looks like they're just going to be massacred, sent in one at a time. Another group of Manti. More land factories for Nomringer. And it looks like finally the 4th. So of all the things for Alex to work on, definitely this 4 to 6 minute range, you definitely got to get an engineer building more land factories. It's the biggest weakness, I think, besides the reclaim. Early guns and early air, though, those are excellent choices for strategies. It's nice radar for Nomringer. And this engineer with that huge project looks like it's successful. He has to put that radar a little further away so it doesn't get hit over the wall. That top corner completely belongs to Alex now. Meanwhile, Alex already has the gun, he's going to get the second. And this is some artillery here. And Auroras with micro, though, they should be able to win this. And I think they still will. But this is a pretty massive force of Manti now. Total of 8 Manti. Going to start running everything over. So this is what we see. Alex putting everything in those 2 ACU upgrades. Completely losing map control. And now he's just getting ran over by the Manti, which are very fast. It'll take a lot of micro. This is not gonna work. All those roars are gonna die. So rather sad situation there for Alex. An engineer is gonna reclaim all the manti. With the manti deep into Alex's base, probably gonna attack the power. While Alex is halfway on his second upgrade. Also an upgrade for Gnomeringer, so he's got a gun of his own. These manti are just this force is just too strong. 7 kill on one of these mantis. They need to pay attention and start killing. Yeah, these are some hero manti right there. And they continue their rampage. Alex now with double gun, facing a gunned ACU, but much less health for Alex. Alex also under fire from a Jester, and this game is basically over. So after 5 games, Gnomeringer is going to be the challenger here for U1200. Perhaps his last U1200, perhaps for both of these players. And really, these two manti are so good. So I hope people enjoyed it, and looking forward to the final between Gnomeringer and Crazy Nath.